Should you trust AI to show you where to find birds? For a while earlier in the year, I was living near Tokyo in Japan, and if you've ever looked at a map of natural hotspots near Tokyo, you'd be well aware that the sheer volume of choice is enough to send a guy into a downward spiral of indecision and 200 yen strong zeros. There are about 1,000 small towns within a reasonable train ride of Kanagawa-ku, where I was living at the time, so deciding where to go was a bit of a gamble. So I did what any self-respecting millennial does and asked ChatGPT, as its hallucinations couldn't realistically be any worse than my second best option, printing out a map and physically throwing darts at it. First on the list was Yukawara. It's up in the mountains west of Yokohama and is relatively well known for being a resort town, with a range of regional cuisines and many natural hot springs, which I completely ignored. Let's talk about birds. Once I arrived, I booked it for the main river. It was home to plenty of the usual springtime suspects, brown-eared bulbuls and Japanese wagtails, but also a grey heron, greater cormorants, and a handful of blue shrike thrush, which I'd never seen before. About halfway up the river, I encountered some small fish, learning about the realities of life. In an attempt to return to their breeding grounds, I assume, they had swum upstream, only to find a number of man-made steps in the river blocking their passage. I sat watching them for quite a while, but I couldn't honestly tell you that I saw any of them make it up. 1,000 lineages may have been lost before my eyes that day. Just afterwards, I had my first encounter with pygmy woodpeckers. We don't have woodpeckers in Australia, and after growing up with Woody Woodpecker, you have no idea how exciting this was. This was around when my luck ran out, however, as ChatGPT thought it would be absolutely hilarious to guide me to a location that clearly wasn't intended to be accessed by foot. Because, and I'm sure this is as much of a shock to you as it was to me, highways don't actually have very much space for walking when they go up the side of a mountain. I did encounter a mixed feeding flock of smaller birds though. Tits, leothrix, white-eyes, and my first sighting of the near-fabled inaga, the Japanese long-tailed tit, the Hokkaido variety of which makes an appearance on a huge volume of disgustingly cute Japanese merchandise. So, at the end of the day, was I given good directions by the bot? On the whole, yes. Yukawara is a great town for birding in spring, and I would definitely recommend it. Stay tuned for next time, when ChatGPT will probably send me off a cliff or something.